Good morning from Crumble Corner. It is the most glorious August morning. It was really cold this morning. There was dew on the grass. It was so beautiful. The sun is shining and it is clear blue skies. And I know that I'm going to get accosted by chickens sitting here with their bucket. We've got eggs for the morning. We've got such a good selection and colour of eggs at the moment, with Olive's eggs and the 2 different types of brown eggs as well. It's just, they're so pretty. But with it being August, I'm starting to see the signs of people talking about autumn on social media. And as someone who wrote a book about the seasons and finding the joy in the seasons, I have been thinking so much about this and thinking about how we have this tendency at this time of the year to get excited, and I feel it too. It's definitely not something that I'm like, you can't do it, but I want to find the joy in August and the beauty of August. All right, Beatrix, help yourself. And the beauty of August and everything that August is, because I almost think that August is the month that you prepare for autumn. My autumn content always begins in September, but I think I wanted to think a little bit more about what is beautiful at this time of year and what is to look forward to, what is to find, what is to notice. And one of the things I think that has been a huge topic of conversation. All right, Beatrix, you're going to gorge yourself on corner. I really think that's enough now. Come on, come on. That's enough. That's enough. Come on, go find your friends. Come on, go on. That's enough, my love. That's enough. Come on. Beatrix, come on now. We're trying to have a serious chat. No. 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 They're all over there, Beatrix. Look, they're all over there. They're all over there. I've just thrown some. She's never happy unless she's having some from the bucket. Oh my gosh, Beatrix. Get off. Beatrix. Beatrix. Come on now. You're going to get yourself caught. That's not safe. That is not safe. Come on now. That's silly. What I was going to say was, this is going to be a bit of an exploration about what is beautiful at this time of year and what is to embrace, because I think the natural preparation for the end of summer is important, and the discussion around what you're going to be doing for the season ahead keeps life exciting. And so this morning we're having a seasonal breakfast. I believe that my husband is cooking up pancakes and bacon and blackberries and freshly home whipped cream in the kitchen, and we've got a beautiful chilled Sunday at home doing pretty much nothing but enjoying life and enjoying the seasons and just hopefully sharing a little bit more about it as well. In all honesty, I would love to go for a dog walk and do a huge blackberry harvest, because I think that it's one of those things that's super abundant at this time of year. There is so much to make with it. That's Lumi playing with the chickens. There is so much to make with blackberries. Even at the weekend, Carrie and I just crushed up a meringue, poured some cream on and added some blackberries, and it was the best dessert, and it was so easy, so easy. All right, Beatrix, let's get on with the day before you ruin things. Come on. Home whipped cream.
I'll give you 3.5.
You got a good egg. Picked these blackberries yesterday. I think we need to go on a dog walk today.
Yeah.
And collect as many as possible. Oh, my cream's sliding off. Because we will be grateful when we've collected them all. Into a hole today. I think both Ali and I are quite lethargic. I think, judging by how pale my face is, you can probably tell. And we decided to be a bit more productive with our evening, because we are soon going to be having the bookcase fitted downstairs, which means we have to have a big old clear out. We have a skip on the drive, and we are currently sorting through one of the cupboards downstairs to make space for some of the bits to be basically put away. And it is honestly like taking a trip down memory lane. So what I would say is that this time of year is also very good for like cleansing and organising before going into the next season. I think I just find that so cathartic, and so I thought we could take a trip down memory lane together. Any normal human being would think that this is a children's toy box, but in actual fact this is Lumi's toy box, and something that I don't think that we have delved into for many, many years. To be honest, she only really loved her little hearty toy anyway.
And this.
And
you can see by the absolutely demolished cat claw.
Yes, okay, so we'll keep that one.
What? Let me...
Where is she? She's being very feral at the moment. So yes, it's very much like a trip down memory lane, and also absolute carnage down here. I have been sorting through alcohol. Now you'll know that they do these really lovely customized cases for alcohol. I have one for Evergreen's first birthday. I have it for selling 20,000 books about a year ago. What we are going to be doing is actually storing our wine and champagne, hopefully a little bit easier and more organised. So we do have to sadly say goodbye to these boxes, and it makes you realise how many, sorry, feral cat coming through, how many we have. But one of the things that made me want to vlog this is we are currently sorting out old photography equipment, and it just shows you how different content creation is today. Ali used to set up an entire studio in the house, and now we've just... Yeah, in the lockdown day, honestly, it was nuts. And so we're finding all of his stuff and how much of it has taken up cupboards in our lower ground floor, all of these tripods. And it's just so interesting how technology and time changes. It's not something that we would obviously want to get rid of, but we just have no use for them now. So what we generally do is offer them up to people, but if not, they just go in the bin basically. So these are going to be cleared out, and Lumi is helping us a little bit. But to show you the true extent of everything, this is what my office looks like, and obviously the bookcases start soon, so we have to tackle this. Gosh, this is going to make so much space. Making my nose itch.
Yeah. Can I just wipe this one shelf?
Do you want me to go and get you a
Yeah,
shot?
I'd rather wipe and brush it.
Okay. That's the damp one, this is the dry one, and this is the cleaning fluid. He drives me nuts. He just passes me a bit of paper to put in the bin. Instead of just putting it in the bin himself, he's like, a little bit of paper, you deal with it. Honestly, husbands. We've just cleared an entire shelf, which means I'm going to be able to fill it with vases.
Yeah, we have to have a conversation about that, I think. What is this? How does this happen?
Something's obviously spilt, and something that was cardboard on it has stuck to it. Oh, good morning to you. It was rather a late night last night, a lot later than expected, but hopefully incredibly productive for getting the future office nice and organised for the autumn months, and a good use of a Sunday evening, if you ask me. Oh wow, look at the fields. Look at that. That is pretty spectacular. So in August, you really start to see that transition of nature and the seasons. So I feel like August in particular, although summer in general, feels very, very abundant to me, and the hedgerows really come alive, most notably to me at the moment anyway. Obviously I have not shut up about blackberries the entire summer long. They have got me very, very excited, but also rose hips, which are really good for foraging as well, and also elderberries. Now there's a bit of a folklore saying that you're not supposed to pick blackberries after the 29th of September, which is Michaelmas, I believe, and that's because apparently the devil spoils them. So what you want to do is you want to be out on your dog walks with your very, very bougie foraging pouch, or as I affectionately like to call them, boo bags, and pick as many as possible, because this is the best time of year. Mid-August is the absolute best time for blackberries, in my opinion. Well, it's not in my opinion, it's a fact. When When I say it's abundant at this time of year, it really is. Look at all of these crab apples. It's just endless. So what you're seeing here is the lesser used elderberry. So you'll notice that in sort of late spring, early summer, everyone goes nuts for elderflower cordial, elderflower ice cream, elderflower everything. Well, this is like almost a full circle plant, because you also get the elderberries just at the end of summer, early autumn. So they all tend to turn to this dark black shade, and you have a few of them in between. So these are the very, very unripened ones, mid and then fully ripe. Now you have to make sure that you process these properly by cooking them, because they can give you an upset tummy if you don't do so properly. But a lot of the elderberry tinctures and juices and syrups and things like that in the olden days used for health benefits, and they're very, very rich in a number of vitamins as well. And if you want to see what they will look like, this is them pretty much fully ripe. And they are a natural source of vitamins A, C, iron and potassium. So if you're thinking of going foraging, these are a really good one to use, but obviously make sure that you are foraging responsibly and also ensure that you are preparing these properly. I think for me, one of the biggest things from owning as many animals as I own now is realizing how much herbs and natural sources of vitamins and minerals impact them. Just the slightest introduction into Atlas's diet, the chicken's diet, the dog's diet makes all the difference. Obviously we don't know with Lumi because she never eats anything of nutritional substance whatsoever. But it's definitely got me thinking a lot more about preventative foods and nutrition, and also where we get it. One of my focuses is to really hopefully aim to eat more seasonally, as I currently research seasonal calendars and things like that. I really want to implement that so much more moving forward. And you might think I'm nuts and very, very boring for telling you about all of these things today, but even when I was on my run this morning with my PT and I stopped and I showed him a little bit of the rose hips that were growing down by the canal, it was it's such an interesting thing for him having never seen a rose hip or known what a rose hip was. And as much as he's incredibly good at having a sort of touch point with nature and health and things like that, I think especially at this time of year, it's almost like we lose the joy in this month because we're too busy looking forward to what's coming. But there is honestly so much beauty in this month, and it is intrinsically August. All of these things, it's not autumnal, it's not rushing ahead. It is the beauty of August being that bridge between summer and autumn, and seeing how abundant everything is at this time of year. Now this beautiful hedgerow here is exactly what I mean when I'm talking about how abundant the hedgerows are. Oh, hello little horsey, didn't see you there. So these are sloe berries, and these are really, really incredible. So they're probably not ripe to pick now, although you can pick them and freeze them to mimic the frosts. But these are usually used for things like sloe gins, sloe vodkas, whiskies, things like that. It's actually quite incredible how many things that you can use sloe berries. Not that you can see them because it's quite backlit at the moment, but they are absolutely abundant. Let me just zoom in for you. There we go. That's a little bit better for you. But they are high in vitamin C and antioxidants. They also contain tannins, which is actually really good for health benefits. Same as wines, especially red wines. You always want to make sure that you're sort of leaving a few if you are foraging them for animals as well. You don't want to take the whole lot. They can be quite brutal when you're foraging them too, so be careful. But you can use them in jams, jellies and chutneys as well, and they're best steeped in sugar to just bring out those flavours a little bit more, but they're so beautiful as well. This is one of those particular branches and berries that I wish you could use in interiors a little bit more, but unfortunately the berries drop and can make a bit of a mess. But I just love berry branches as part of decor, especially sloe berries. Now I am yet to see any rose hips at the moment. I have been keeping an eye out on my walk. I saw some on my run this morning, but not so many rose hips at the moment. There's lots of hawthorns with their berries on them, but Lots of sloe. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I need to get some pictures. Now I found a spot for the Great British Blackberry Bush. So you know what's happening. I've left a good amount behind for the birds as well, and also there's still loads to come through. But the most fascinating thing I think about blackberry bushes is it can be both in flower, ripening berries, and have fully ripe berries all at the same time, which I just think is so fascinating. One of my favourite things about blackberries is their botanical name, which just rolls off the tongue. Rubus fruticosus. I absolutely love it. And they are also one of the best sources of nutrients for wildlife, which is so important that when you are foraging them, that you do leave a good amount behind and you don't take all of them home with you, because they really do support so many of the ecosystems out in nature, which is super important. It might be quite hard to see now, but this is what abundance season looks like, because there are berries on every section of this beautiful native hedging, and that is the first signs of summer waning and berries ripening, and that we are slowly collapsing into autumn. This is what we mean on a dog walk. I don't know if you can see that small black object just sitting there in the middle of the road. Porty never leaves a man behind. Never. I'm coming, Porty! I'm coming! Aha, I have found them. The dog rose hips. Now, for me, the dog rose is one of the most beautiful things in an traditional English hedgerow, because it's sort of like a really delicate rose, but it looks similar in its flowers to blackberry flowers, but bigger. Now, these are actually one of the highest sources of vitamin C, and during the war, they would collect them and make them into syrups to help the soldiers, because obviously malnutrition was such a difficult thing in those times. But you can make rosehip ketchup. They are so beautiful in a bouquet as well. I feel like this is such an understated branch to use, but it is just so pretty seeing it in the hedgerow, and folklore has it as a symbol of love and protection, and it's also an old country remedy for pain and immunity. I feel like you're going to all be very upset with me today, because there is a video going live on my YouTube channel that is only like 30 minutes long, and I thought it's probably best for me to just put it out there and you get something today than nothing. So I hope that you don't mind, because I know that some of you prefer shorter videos, some of you prefer longer. Usually I would just scrap this and say put it in another video, but I thought just to give you that little bit more regularity. So I hope it's okay. I'm heading down to London today. I've got a day of meetings. I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs, as always. And then I'm also getting my hair cut. I don't want to get loads of it cut. It's just a health cut, I think. I tried to get my hair like glossed today, but I couldn't get in. I'm also going to see my friend Joe Good. Now, if you don't know, Joe Good and I met, is it 2 or 3 years ago now, at the CEW Awards. Joe had like always been someone that I'd like seen online, but I didn't really know much about her, and then I finally got to meet her, and we are like kindred spirits. She is just human sunshine personified. She has her own YouTube channel. She is absolutely rocking things for like the next chapter in a woman's life. I think so many of you will love her, especially her like vivaciousness for life. I think you will love. So we're gonna go and have drinks with her, and then we're coming home. But as I said, I am wearing my micro top handle Town and Country handbag today, and I think it is the perfect addition for this outfit that I'm wearing, even though, apart from the bag, this is an outfit repeat. So I'm popping my cardigan with Lily silk, and it's days like today when I'm getting to wear so many things that I've like worked on, like this. This cardigan is forthcoming, by the way. It's not out there yet, but so many things that I've worked on, and I'm like, they're literally things that I wear every day and as much as possible. Like this cardigan is just an absolute no-brainer for me. It's so lovely. Anyway, I need to grab my necklaces, I need to jump in my cab because I'm heading down to London, and I promise I'm going to vlog better today. It's been a wild couple of weeks. Like honestly, I don't know how to put it into words how much like gratitude I feel at the moment. It was the most insane week. I was featured by Elle Decor. I was featured in Vogue Poland. Like That blew my mind. It was just nuts. And then obviously my Sheer Luxe house tour went live. If you want to see it, I'll link it down below. I'm just blown away. I really am blown away. Not to mention filming with Marie Claire. It's just, life feels a bit wild. And I've like had little chats with Ali during the day where I'm just like, it feels wild, but like, I just want to keep gratitude at the center of everything that I'm doing. And I know how easy it is for everything to just, you know, disappear. So I'm just enjoying the ride, trying to live more in the moment. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm gonna go get a coffee, meet Carrie, and head down to London for a wonderful day in London, which I'm looking forward to. Fantastic. One thing that I love is my assistant Saturn comes home with many things. I love that I called it home as well, as if you live here now. And today she has come with 8 potato sacks, which I think will be really good for gifting vegetables and things like that, but also just gifting anything. If you tied the top, I think that'd be lovely. But I love this little shovel. This is so cute. I love how rusted it is. Where did you find this? Oh, she never tells me her secrets.
Train station.
Yes, please. Morning, we've just got to London. I am going to get off, but I haven't vlogged yet on my way, and I wanted to tell you because I was intending on heading down to London and almost getting like Joe Good to tell me the things in nature and things that she loves about London, to like highlight those small things at this time of year, because obviously I've just been doing that in the English countryside. One of the questions that I get asked all the time is how you find the joy in the seasons in places like London, so I think that Joe Good will be perfect for that. But I also wanted to highlight some of the small joys that I've already had this morning. First of all, Carrie showed me that the barista at Starbucks wrote, "We rise by lifting others," with a little smiley face. I think these little things are the things that we often overlook, but they can honestly change your entire day. And then we bumped into Fleur, who's just walking past with River. We were chatting to her at the station as well, and just like catching up. She's on her way to do a job in London. But it's just like those small things when you bump into someone that you don't know, that something happens that you didn't foresee that lifts you up. It's like these are the things that I think we miss in the sort of mundane rhythm of life, that I'm really hoping to highlight, especially in August, because I feel like people really want to skip ahead in this month, and I am just not ready to skip ahead. I want to enjoy exactly what's happening now. So even on a day when I'm going into London working and I've got a meeting, I want to show you all of the things that happen that are enjoyable. So first up, my first meeting. So let's go. Also, funny story, when I was sat there, Fleur goes to me, "Oh my gosh, I thought you sold all of your Hermes bags." And I was like, "Oh, sweetie." So basically, I think a lot of people commented and they were like, "Oh my gosh, it just looks like a Birkin or a Kelly." And I'm like, I think maybe I wasn't clear. I don't know, who knows? But like, it's not that I don't love those bags, and it's not that all of a sudden I think that they aren't the most beautiful bags in the world. They absolutely are, and I am hugely inspired by the style and the silhouette of those bags. But what is not worth it is a bag that costs that much, that puts you at risk. Someone can steal my bag, there's nothing expensive in it, the bag isn't, you know, gonna go up in value, or although they might do, you never know. So it was just the biggest compliment, because we've worked with such beautiful materials. Thank you. Such beautiful materials, such beautiful designs, and yet we've made them at such a wonderful price point. And I think that that is a testament, because she took one little look and she was like, "Ooh." So I love that. And obviously the leather that we've worked with, especially on this bag, hold on, you've got a little smudge, especially on this bag, the leather of this is just so beautiful. It reminds me of Berenia leather, which is why I loved being able to work with it so much. And it is the perfect, deep, rich, sort of tan shade. I love it. Anyway, en route to the landmark, did you say? The landmark, good job you're here. This is when London feels so romantic. I just feel like I'm on the set of a movie. This is like something from Notting Hill, except we're in Marylebone. And we're heading to the landmark, which is actually a hotel I've never been to. But look at the trees and the sunlight and the beautiful railings. So pretty. Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful place. I've never been to this before. Gorgeous atrium. Oh. in Joe Good's neighbourhood on Marylebone High Street. We finished up our first meeting of the day and it was a very, very lovely meeting, and that is such a lovely location, I have to say. Really enjoyed that. Now we're going to try and grab some lunch and then head for our haircuts. We're having bestie haircuts together today. I always remember that this is where I had my surgery. I remember because I overlooked this salon. But also, notice those trees, how they're starting to go a little bit brown. How exciting is that? I'm loving that Defender. Very much so. And also loving the fact that we are both freshly haircutted. Look at that bougie moo. And I am walking around London with a handbag without a care in the world. I'm taking all of the small positives and wins. Today we get to walk in the sunshine of London. And whilst it doesn't eradicate any chance, what I'm saying is I feel a lot more comfortable doing it, which is lovely. So next meeting is at Lena Stores. I've never been there before. Neither. I'm very excited to see what this is like. Going to lots of firsts today. Finished up our last meeting of the day and I've just been walking down Marylebone High Street and realising how many incredible brands there are down here that I've never even heard of, but like I'm like, oh, wow, I love that dress, or wow, I love that set. But now we are heading to Joe Good's house for some wine and I'm hoping that she's going to tell me a little bit about her Marylebone, which she's so good at being almost like she's the queen. Yeah, the queen of Marylebone. Oh my goodness, Mazzolini, look at that bottom. Look at that bottom. Yes. Oh my goodness. The queen herself. We are kindred spirits.
You've influenced me. If I open my wardrobe, it's full of Lydia Millen dresses. Look at this.
Jo is giving us a grand tour of her building and showing us all of the sights from her terrace.
So we've got the BT Tower.
What's your favourite thing about this?
I think, I tell you what during COVID,
oh, wow,
when we used to clap, you know, on a Wednesday night
yeah.
at 6:30, I would stand here on my own and all these windows would open and you just realise that everyone's living lives.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Busy lives, and we'd all be clapping and then going in. I think what I love about it is I'm on top of the world here and I'm looking down on. Come and have a look at Marylebone.
I bet you see the seasons change from here.
Oh my gosh,
I bet it must be spectacular.
Not like your season.
Well, but I think that that's the beauty of London, though, isn't it? It's like it's completely different. But there's like I always think that I feel like I'm in a movie when I'm here. I bet you must feel like you're in a movie all the time.
I always feel. I know this is crass to say, but it is like Sex and the City.
I love.
It truly is, because this is a part of the cast. You know, this is a member of my life.
Yeah.
The cast. That roof terrace there apparently is probably the best.
Oh wow, her hydrangeas, yeah.
Hydrangeas.
Wow.
Keira Knightley used to live there when I first came.
This
here.
top one here?
Yes.
Wow.
And Barbara Windsor over there.
Oh, I love that Barbara. Like, I just imagine you both, like, yeah, morning, Babs.
I did panto with Babs. Actually.
No.
Now that would have been.
Oh wow.
She literally said, and you'll probably edit this out. One of her lines was 5 years and still no dick.
Definitely not editing that out.
But yes, we even look, Lydia. We've got the roses
love!
to grow.
Wow, they're a beautiful colour as well. They're almost like a sort of
Blush.
yeah, like a blush peach. It's very pretty.
Apparently, London roses love pollution.
I love that.
But you see how you can see the London Eye?
This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It really is.
And the Shard over there just peeking.
Wow! You are literally in the centre of like the most beautiful little village within London, aren't you?
It is. And that block there, that's why I moved here, because that was the BBC studios.
Ah, the sort of purpley brick
Yes.
one. Wow!
And now it's a massive luxury block.
Jo, where have you brought us?
I've just brought you to the Brasseria, which is just off Marylebone High Street. This is my local. I'm so impressed because Lydia speaks Italian.
I do not
And
speak
they speak
Italian.
Italian. And I'm with my bilingual friend and my wine connoisseur.
You can tell I've been there.
And I'm also, they've taught me how to drink. I've never drunk it with
Yes.
soda.
So we're basically introducing Jo to our little concoction that we call Adult Squash. She's having her first soda water and wine. Carrie has chosen a blinding wine as well. I'm very, very happy. Cheers again, girls. I know we've already done it, but cheers again.
One of the hottest nights.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Cheers, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, the James Lakeland is taking our picture at the moment and I can't cope with this. Look at the angles.
So he said, you know,
James, are all your mates in fashion? Any other brands on that table?
I can't. How good did we go to Millen, Marylebone and just meet all of the fantastic people? James Lakeland just took our picture, like unreal. Good morning, ladies. I don't know why, but I'm feeling really emotional today, and I definitely don't think it's anything to do with, I'm trying to find something to put you on. I don't think it's anything to do with hormones for once in my life, but I had the loveliest evening yesterday with Joe and Carrie. This was like my first time just going out for dinner with Joe before, and it was so funny. There was this one moment where I was like, oh, I need to go to the ladies, and Carrie was like, oh, I need to go as well. And I was like, well, you go, I'll wait here then. And then Joe all of a sudden stands up, like, I wish I'd got it on camera, because it was almost like, is she okay? Like, is she unwell? I'm glad I'm laughing now, not crying. I was like, is she unwell? Because honestly, she was like, no, I'm going first. And I was like, oh my God, like, has something made her unwell? I don't know. And then I was like, Carrie, don't worry, you go as well. I'll hold the table and just, you girls go. So they've gone off to the toilets. And then Carrie's come back and she's like, Lydia, Joe was paying the bill. And I was like, no, Joe. Honestly, I thought she had It was so funny. Honestly, I can't do it. But we had such a good time. And you know, I don't know whether you've ever had this before. I don't have this very often, but like, I was just sat there and I'm like listening to her talking, and she kept saying, oh, I'm probably blabbing, and I'm just sat there looking at her thinking, oh my God, we're gonna be friends forever, aren't we? And you have no idea that I'm thinking this. So it honestly was like the loveliest evening, and I truly believe that. I feel like it's such an interesting experience to like meet someone who is from a different sort of generation to me, and yet she has like such a vivacious approach to life and such a playful youth that it feels like she's just, you know, one of the gals, like one of us, like one of from my I could literally have gone to school with her. Like, it's nuts. Like, we have the same thoughts about so many things. So if you don't know Jo, like, she is honestly an absolute trailblazer in the social world, but she's also lived a life that I feel like she needs to write a book about, because it's just incredible. She's a BBC presenter. She is I think a co-collaborator at Sheerluxe as well. She's phenomenal. I don't know anyone that has ever met her and not been so enamored by like who she is as a person. And she's also now in the social media world, and for someone, I think it gives me such hope, because, you know, I always say I want to be doing this when I'm 70 years old. Well, Jo is in her 70s, although she doesn't look it at all. And also, it doesn't matter if she does look it, like, that is a flex in itself, getting to 70 years old and just doing all of the things that she's done. But she is a bombshell, a pocket rocket, incredible, and she is absolutely paving the way for like an older generation of women, showing what they love about life, showing what they love about fashion. And so I'm going to pop her YouTube channel in the description box down below for you to go and check her out. But I love her so much, and I have loved her for years now. But just to actually have this afternoon together at her house, her telling me about what she loves about Marylebone. I feel like there's a whole series where she like needs to just walk me through what Marylebone and show me what she loves and tell me, like, I don't know, I just love that, absolutely love that. Anyway, I have had the most manic day, the most crazy day, the most nuts day, because I hope when this video goes live you'll still be able to pick it up. But I am on the frontispiece for Country Life magazine. It's out today, you should still be able to grab it. It's such a surreal thing. I still don't think I can fully get my head around this one. This is when I'm gonna get emotional. Hold on. Oh. If you think that I'm overwhelmed when I just go like to a place where there's lots of people, you can imagine how all of this is just, I never ever imagined all of this stuff to be happening. And so it's the best, most exciting time I think I've ever experienced in my career. And I want you to know that the comments, it's the comments and the messages that you guys are sending me, where that your words are just so unbelievably kind, that I'm just having to like take a moment with everything and just be like, wow, this is so wonderful to like be in this position so wonderful, and I just, gratitude to me is absolutely everything. And I don't think you realise how wild life feels when oh God, I'm gonna cry. This is so annoying. I don't wanna cry. I don't wanna cry. When you wake up, and I've got myself trained, when you wake up every single day and all you are grateful for is that you are breathing, all of this is just out of this world. Out of this world, and it's wonderful in every sense of the word, but I can't express how euphoric it feels. And I feel like I used to be such a glass half empty person, and now I don't think I could ever put into I'm rambling here. I don't think I could ever put into words what it feels like to be so grateful and so lucky to have what I have. Like, the girls that I work with are the absolute best in every like form. My team is just wonderful. And like, we might not be pushing the boundaries of everything, and we might not be at the first to try every what have you trend, but honestly, we're all such nice people. I like to think that we have, on the grand scheme of things, the most wonderful time doing this. And so for just so much positivity to be aimed at me right now, I'm literally overflowing. I'm literally overflowing. And I'm just gonna cry. This wasn't supposed to be 6 minutes of me doing this, because I really wanted to open a packet of jeans with you. There's not a lot of things, just as an FYI, that I will justify, other than pajamas and jeans, buying in bulk like this. By the way, I'm jumping to jeans. I just want you to know that I'm so grateful for you. Honestly, I'm so grateful. I didn't mean to swear. Carrie, beep that out. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I need to sit down. Anyway, now that we're over that, I bought some jeans, and you'll know I bought a pair of Doen jeans, and they are like my favourite jeans ever. They are so comfortable, they look so lovely. Well, they're not the most comfortable, but they look phenomenal. And I also bought some Levi's ribcage jeans, and I have been wearing them more than my Doen ones, and they're cheaper. And they come in more styles, more leg lengths, more cuts, more colours, and I've been wearing them non-stop. I've got them in black, I've got them in ink blue, I've got them in a really lovely faded wash. It's not as lovely as the Doen ones. In fact, I almost think that Levi's, if anyone at Levi's is watching, I'll just send you my jeans and you can copy the wash onto your ribcage jeans, because it's kind of like a muddy wash. Your washes are quite like crisp. I reckon you could do with a muddy wash, just as an FYI. But don't trust me, I don't know what I'm doing. So I wanted to buy some more, and they're in here. Very, very happy. So their ribcage jeans are button fronted, which I always find sort of like, you know, pulls you in. So this is their slightly darker wash to the ones that I've got, I think. We just want a little bit of muddiness to this, as if like you've got some garden dust on it or something. Obviously, Levi's are the goat when it comes to jeans, but these are stretchy and they're so comfortable. Honestly, I wear them all the time. So I've got, these are their ankle, straight ankle, I believe. And these are just a great classic jean, in my humble opinion. And then I bought their ribcage straight ankle in 2 lengths, because I wanted to see if I could get a longer length for like wearing with boots in winter, and then a shorter length for wearing with like ballet flats and things like that in summer. I take a size 24. So these ones that I held up, these are the 27 leg. I'm going to try them on and probably make this video the longest video in history, but it's to make up for Wednesday. Although none of you said anything about the length of my video, not my jeans. So now I'm thinking, is this going to be too long? Not the jeans, my video. No one moaned. I thought you were all going to moan. My whole life is a lie. I'm excited today, and also mildly delusionally emotional. I'm sorry. So these are the 27 leg. What is my life? And then these are the 29, which I thought these, oh yeah, these are sort of like the Doen ones on me. So these with ankle boots will be really nice, I think, anyway, to go with things. I'm going to try them on, because I've got a call with Jacqueline in an hour, and I've got so much to do in that hour. So let's get these tried on. I'm probably going to wear them anyway today, so never mind. Ooh, a little bit wobbly. Okay, these jeans are better than I even imagined in the white, because they're not bright white. They're like a sort of different, just an off-white. So even when you wear it with white, that's a lot of white, it's really complimentary. This is just such an easy outfit to wear, in all honesty, for me. This is my go-to sort of spring summery look, with just a shirt thrown over the top. This one from Holland Cooper is my absolute favourite. This sort of navy pinstripe is just such a classic, and with the old tan accessories, don't mind if I do, okay, just don't mind if I do. I'm sorry, this is just pared back, laid back, but I still feel like me, and that is wonderful. I just love it. I just love it. So the tan tones with these, I mean, I'm not showing you my full outfit, I'm really just showing you the jeans. I will try on the other ones eventually, but not in this video, because I need to crack on and I don't want this to be 100 years long. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I've calmed down a little bit now, but I'm just very, I know I've said it, I'm just very grateful. And this is more than I ever thought possible in my career. So, and I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface yet, in all honesty. So September is going to be a wild month, even wilder than this. And so anyway, I'll see you in my next one.